Comrades, so far I believe that this State of the Union address has pointed out some valid reasons why the Special National Delegate Conference was called for. More emphatically, it is important that I highlight in this conclusive remark of the State of the Union address that the most important challenge that we need to solve now to enable us to achieve unionization is the irresponsibility of our pioneer leaders. I mentioned in my introductory remark that the challenges that we are faced with during our ongoing process of achieving unionization is the impact of blocks, the collusion and corruption from social impact grants, and the irresponsibility of our CWC pioneer leaders. The failure of the CWC to submit to authority and their disrespect for one another, consistent in-house fighting and accusations, inefficiency, and the disrespect for the Constitution has become a major problem. Also, the deficient lack of training of national officers on constitutional roles and management responsibilities within the trade union setting. This must be a critical aspect of our growth process in the coming years. We must note that these inadequacies at the national level led to the two-thirds majority of state councils calling for a special delegates conference. Before I delve into what the way forward should be for the union, it is very important that I iterate how Houghton was formed at amalgamation. Amalgamation brought three blocks together: NACOP, PETPA, and NUPAB. It was under an MOU which was based on the concept and the principle of blocks, the idea of blockization. And during amalgamation, drivers' representatives from each block gathered to administer the electoral procedure with the supervision of the NLC. Each of the blocks were required to nominate an aspirant for the position of president. At the time, NACOP, being my block, nominated me as the leader, who faced Ayade Ibrahim in an election that ended up in 8-7 victory for me, where I emerged as president. PETPA was not able, PETPA, one of the blocks, was not able to nominate a position for president because they had a fraction already. One was led by Jolaya Moses and the other one was led by Idris Shonuga. So the face-off had to be between myself and Ayade Ibrahim. So, comrades, the fight is between collusion and corruption from social impact grants and the adaptation of the shared responsibility model. The NDC will put an end to the concept of block or the idea of fractionalization. So we should recall that the National Delegate Conference would have to make a decision to separate business practices or activities from union advocacy. And I believe that this is why the two-thirds majority of our state councils raised the motion for the establishment of the Board of Trustees to monitor the activities of the cooperative as an external body who reports to the National Executive Council once a year to ensure that the activities of the cooperatives is in line with the performance indicators of the National Collective Agreement. What are the National Collective Agreement performance indicators? They include mandatory health care for drivers and their family members, pension, mortgage loan, educational grants and scholarship, and other cooperative services. The cooperative should work to reward drivers financially from their daily earnings. So my passion to make impact from the beginning has always been to ensure that workers have a voice. It has always been to strengthen the voices of workers through a regulation. As a community leader under Transportation Technology Drivers Association, before I started to lead NACOP, the vision was for us to achieve unionization. As community leader, I organized drivers within the FCT, resolved disputes amongst rank leaders, and led several strategic efforts to obtain the registration of Auton today, including other strategic meetings with the Federal Ministry of Transportation and Labor at the time to get the approval for the registration of the union. I have grown so much passion for this industry that even when finances was required in order for the organization to make progress, I volunteered my resources at the time. A key example is the Digital Labor Worker Initiative, which helped to achieve the Lagos Declaration of improving the living and working conditions of workers in Nigeria. I paid out of pocket expenses to enable that we had the workshop at Chelsea Hotel in Abuja, which brought Bolt, Rider, InDrive, and others platforms in a safe setting to produce a document that was adopted at the Lagos Restorative Conference. Prior to that, I've paid for out-of-pocket expenses to organize 6 deliberative forums in 6 states to collect the opinions of workers on how the system can be improved. I've also supported the union with funds for the building of the portal when we couldn't meet up with the payment deadlines, and I personally financially supported the inauguration of states. I did all of this because I believe so much in the movement, and I thank God for giving me that opportunity to serve as pioneer president during such a very difficult moment for the union. I also thank God for saving me throughout the period of my medical issue or the surgery which almost claimed my life. It is my joy that I am fully healthy now and I'm able to fulfill my purpose.